Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you and your family in the best of health. Dear students, I am Mrs. Saira Jamal. Welcome you all in my 8th lecture of chemistry. In this lecture, we will continue chapter number 10. Chapter number 10 is about acid, bases, and salts. The topic about which I am going to talk is importance of Kw. Kw is temperature dependent. In any aqueous solution at 25 degrees centigrade, no matter what does it contain, the product of hydrogen ion concentration and hydroxyl ion concentration is always equal to 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14. 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14 is the value of Kw, or water ionization constant, which is the product of, or Kw is equal to hydrogen ion concentration into hydroxyl ions concentration. It means that the hydrogen ion concentration and hydroxyl ion concentration, it must always the same, but if it changes, then what will happen? The values are adjusted in the manner that the product of the two values will always 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14. So this means that if hydrogen ion concentration increases, the hydroxyl ion concentration must decrease it, so that the product of the two is still 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14. 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14, I told you, is constant value. The hydrogen ion concentration and hydroxyl ions concentration will changes accordingly. When hydrogen ion concentration is equal to hydroxyl ion concentration, the concentration is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 7 and solution is neutral. And when hydrogen ion concentration is greater than 1 into 10 raised to power minus 7, solution is acidic. And when concentration of hydrogen ion is less than 1 into 10 raised to power minus 7, solution is basic. When hydrogen ion concentration is greater than hydroxyl ion concentration, solution is acidic. When hydrogen ion concentration and hydroxyl ion concentration are equal, then neutral solution. And when hydroxyl ion concentration are greater than hydrogen ion concentration, then solution is basic. pH and pOH of common substances. In this table, the pH, hydrogen ion concentration, hydroxyl ions concentration, and everyday examples. So the first example is drain cleaner. The pH of drain cleaner is 14, and the pH greater than 7, like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, those substances are alkaline in nature or basic in nature. pH 7 substances are neutral, and the substances which have pH less than 7, they are acidic in nature. So it depends upon the pH scale, that what is the pH of different substances. As I told you, that it depends upon that what is the pH of that substance. pH 7 are neutral substances. pH greater than 7 are, I told you, alkaline or basic in nature, and pH less than 7 are acidic in nature. So hydrogen ion concentration for pH 14, hydrogen ion concentration is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14. It is very easy. 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14 means pH 14. Minus 13, pH 13. Minus 12, pH 12. Minus 11, 11. So this is same, like the negative values will go down, and when we take its log, it will give us the answer positive 11, positive 12, 13, and same. Hydroxyl ion concentrations are different. An example for pH 14 is drain cleaner, bleach, ammonia, soap, antacid, baking soda, seawater. They are alkaline in nature because they have pH greater than 7. Pure water or distilled water is neutral. it has pH 7, and pH less than 7, they are acidic in nature. For example, urine, black coffee, tomato juice, soda, lemon juice, stomach acid, hydrochloric acid is present in stomach, and battery acid, sulfuric acid is present in batteries. So it is called the king of acid and it has pH 0. So smaller the pH, then what will happen? Greater will be the hydrogen ion concentration. Smaller the pH, greater will be the hydrogen ion concentration. They are inversely related. Greater the pH, smaller will be the hydrogen ion concentration. So you can see here that the pH is 0. pH 0 means that we have greater hydrogen ion concentration. 1 is the greatest hydrogen ion concentration. And when pH is 14, then 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 14 means 0 point having 13, 0 point and having 13 zeros over there will give us this concentration. So at pH 14, which is higher or greater pH, hydrogen ion concentration will be the smallest. And smallest the pH or smaller the pH, greater will be the hydrogen ions concentration. I am doing the first one for you so that it will be easy for you to understand about the concentration and the pH and pOH of these substances. pH and pOH of common substances. The first example is of drain cleaner. Hydroxyl ion concentration is 1. So for hydroxyl ion concentration, we will find pOH, not pH. pOH is equal to negative log of hydroxyl ion concentration by putting the value of hydroxyl ion concentration, which is 1. Log 1 is equal to 0. So the pH of drain cleaner, the pOH of drain cleaner will be 0. And then to find out the from the hydroxyl ion concentration, we can find out the hydrogen ion concentration by using this formula. That is the Kw is equal to product of the concentration of hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. By taking out hydrogen ion, the formula becomes Kw over molar concentration of the hydroxyl ion. By putting the values, we will get the answer, that is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 14. Hydrogen ion concentration is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 14, which is same like mentioned in the table. Then to find out the pH, pH is equal to negative log of hydrogen ion concentration, as hydrogen ion concentration is now given here. So we can find out the pH by putting the values, and by finding out the pH, the answer is 14. So you can see pH is 14. By using these formulas and this method, you can find out the hydrogen ion concentration, hydroxyl ion concentration, or pH of any of these substances. Example 10.3, classifying a solution as neutral, acidic, or basic. The first example is unrefined hydrochloric acid. Unrefined means which is not pure or not 100% pure. It is an acid which is used to clean stone buildings and swimming pools. If the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution of hydrochloric acid is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 6, is the solution acidic, basic, or neutral? So we will use two methods. The first method is compare the given concentration of hydrogen ion in solution with that of neutral water. The given hydrogen ion concentration is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 6, and concentration of hydrogen ion in neutral water is 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 mole. By comparing the two values, concentration of hydrogen ion given and that of the neutral water, you can see 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 molar and 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 molar. In mathematics, or in negative terms, the smaller values become bigger value. So 10 raised to the power minus 6 is bigger than 10 raised to the power minus 7. 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 is bigger than 1 into 10 raised to the power minus 7. So as hydrogen ion concentration is greater than concentration of neutral water, the solution is acidic. Second method is the pH method by using pH formula. pH formula is pH equal to negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. Given concentration is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 6. By putting the values, you will get the answer, that is 6. Positive 6 is the pH of this solution. And as the pH is less than 7, so solution is acidic. Part 2, sodium hydroxide is commonly used as a drain cleaner if the concentration of hydroxide ion in a solution is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 5 molar. Is the solution acidic, basic, or neutral? In this case, hydroxide ion concentration has mentioned. So concentration of hydroxide ion given is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 5 molar. Concentration of hydrogen ion we have to find out. Then we will be able to compare it with the neutral water. So by using this formula of Kw, we will put the values in formula. The answer is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 14 plus 5 is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 9 molar. Concentration, now we will compare it with the neutral water. Concentration of hydrogen ion is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 9, and that of neutral water is 1 into 10 raised to power minus 7. So as I told you that the smaller value is the greater one. 1 into 10 raised to power minus 7 molar is greater than the given concentration of hydrogen ion. So the solution is basic. The POH method, because hydrogen ion concentration is mentioned, so we will use POH formula. POH is equal to negative log of hydrogen ion concentration. By putting the concentration of hydrogen ion and by solving it, we will get the answer, that is 5. Now from POH we can find out the pH value. pH plus POH equal to 14 by using this formula. By taking out pH, pH equal to 14 minus POH, so 14 minus 5, answer is 9. As the pH is greater than 7, so solution is basic. Ways to determine whether a given solution is acidic, basic, or neutral. We have different methods or different ways. There are 4 important ways. The first one is pH scale, then indicators, by using indicators, by using litmus paper, and by using pH meter. These are the 4 important methods. Then the first method, pH scale, this is the pH scale, which is also called universal indicator. You can see that at different pH, the solution has different color, or a different pH, the solution will have different acidity or basicity. The pH 1 is very strong acid, and then pH 6, slightly acid, means weak acid, pH 7, neutral solution, and then pH 8, a little acidic or slightly alkaline, slightly alkaline, and pH 14, very strong acid or very alkaline solution, and at different pH the solution will have different colors. pH scale, as I told you, chemists use a number scale from 0 to 14 to describe the concentration of hydrogen ion in a solution. It is known as pH scale. pH 7 indicates neutral solution, pH less than 7 acidic solution, and pH greater than 7 basic solutions. Measurement of pH. How can we measure the pH of a solution? So scientists use different methods to measure pH of solution. pH paper or universal indicator paper is used to measure pH of a solution. For this purpose, pH paper is dipped in the solution. Cut a pH paper, this is pH paper, this is pH scale. Cut a pH paper and dip it into dip it into tap water. The pH paper will turn into green color. Then compare their green color with the scale. You can see this dark green color pH is 8. It shows that the tap water is slightly alkaline in nature because it has dissolved salts in it. So by comparing the color of the pH paper with the pH with the chart, each color is linked to a specific pH range. Uses of pH. It is used to determine acidic or basic nature of solution. It is used to produce medicines, culture, at microbiological particular concentration of hydrogen ion. It is used to prepare solutions of required concentration necessary for certain biological reactions. And indicators. Next one is indicators. Indicators are intensely colored organic compound. They change color within small pH change. and indicate the pH of solution by the color. We add few drops of an indicator to an aqueous solution of unknown pH and measure pH of the solution from the resulting color. For example, phenolphthalein is colorless in strongly acidic solution and pink in strongly alkaline solution. In acidic solution, phenolphthalein is colorless, and in alkaline solution that is pH greater than 9, it is pink in color. So this means phenolphthalein is colorless in a solution with pH less than 9, and pH greater than 9, it is pink in color. Now we have some more examples. Phenolphthalein, I told you, is phenolphthalein turned pink in alkaline solution and colorless in acidic solution. Methyl orange is it has it turns yellow in basic solution and red in acidic solution. Thymol blue turn blue in basic solution and pink in acidic solution. Bromothymol blue in basic solution and yellow in acidic solution. Phenol red pink in basic solution and turn yellow in acidic solution. pH ranges of some of the indicators. Methyl orange changes color in the range of pH range of 4 to 6 from orange to yellow. Bromophenol blue pH range is 6 to 7 and changes color from yellow to blue. Thymol blue pH range 8 to 9 turns from yellow to blue. Phenolphthalein at pH 9 to 10 from colorless to pink, and alizarin yellow at pH range 10 to 12, yellow to red. Litmus paper, the third way or the third method is litmus paper. Filter paper is treated with water soluble dyes obtained from lichens, which is a type which lichens are the types of fungus and form litmus paper. Litmus paper is of two types: blue litmus paper and red litmus paper. Blue litmus paper turn the acid turns blue litmus paper red, and a base turns red litmus paper blue. The next important topic is about the salts. What are salts? Salts are ionic compounds. Salts are formed by the neutralization of an acid with a base. An acid contains replaceable hydrogen atom. When these are completely or partially replaced by a metal atom, a compound called salt is formed. We have different color salts over here: copper sulfate, nickel chloride, potassium dichromate, cobalt sulfate, and sodium manganate, having different colors. They are called colored salts. We also have colorless salts in the lab. Acid react with base to form salt and water. The hydrogen of an acid, which is called replaceable hydrogen, it is replaced by the metallic part. Sodium is the metallic part and hydrogen is the non-metallic part of a base. So the metallic part or the metal atom has replaced hydrogen atom of the acid and will give sodium chloride and water. Salts are made up of positive ions. Positive ions are called cations and negatively charged ions are called anions. For example, nitric acid when react with sodium hydroxide, it will form sodium nitrate and water. Sodium nitrate has two ions, positively charged ion sodium ion and negatively charged ion nitrate ion. Positively charged ions cations are called basic radicals because basic radicals are obtained from the bases, sodium hydroxide, so sodium. And nitrate ion, which is called the acidic radical. Acidic radicals are obtained from the acid like nitric acid. So they are called basic radicals and acidic radicals. Neutralization is the reaction between hydrogen ions and hydroxyl ion. This reaction is same for all the neutralization reaction. That in all the neutralization reaction, this reaction is the important and compulsory reaction. Hydrogen reacts with hydroxyl ion and will form water. Types of salts: there are three types of salt: acidic salts, basic salts, and neutral salt or normal salt. A salt containing a replaceable hydrogen atoms are formed by the partial neutralization of acid. If all the hydrogen are replaced by the metal of the base, then that type of reaction is called a complete neutralization reaction. But if out of two only one hydrogen is replaced by the metallic part, and that type of reaction is called partial neutralization of acid. or bases. So a salt containing a replaceable hydrogen atom or formed by the partial neutralization of acid is called acidic salt. Carbonic acid when react with sodium hydroxide, so sodium will replace only one of the hydrogen. Although two hydrogen atoms are present in carbonic acid, but the sodium will replace only one hydrogen atom. Still, one replaceable hydrogen is present in the formula of sodium hydrogen carbonate. So that type of salt which still contain a replaceable hydrogen atom in it is called acidic salt, and the process by which this salt is formed is called partial neutralization. The complete neutralization of this acidic salt in the second step will give us sodium carbonate. Now there is no replaceable hydrogen in this sodium carbonate. So this salt is called normal salt and the reaction is called complete neutralization reaction. If we add these two reactions by cutting out the same term, we will get carbonic acid, two sodium hydroxide ion molecules, sodium carbonate and water. It means that if we will treat carbonic acid with two sodium hydroxide, then in that case, complete neutralization will take place and then we will get a normal salt. But if we will use only one sodium hydroxide molecule with carbonic acid, it will give us acidic salt and then the reaction is called partial neutralization reaction. Second example of acidic salt is phosphoric acid. You can see phosphoric acid has three replaceable hydrogen atoms. So sodium, as we are using only one molecule of sodium hydroxide, so one molecule can replace only one hydrogen atom. It will replace only one hydrogen atom. Still two hydrogen atoms are present, or still two replaceable hydrogen atoms are present in this sodium hydrogen phosphate. Excuse me. So this salt is called acidic salt and the reaction is called partial neutralization. Then this acidic salt is the reactant in the second step and we are using second molecule of sodium hydroxide. Then this sodium metal will replace second hydrogen atom, but still one hydrogen atom is left. So again, partial neutralization and acidic salt. In the third step, this disodium hydrogen phosphate will be the reactant and will treat it with the third molecule of sodium hydroxide. Now, this one hydrogen atom which is left, it will replaced by the sodium metal, and now we will get sodium phosphate. All the hydrogen atoms are replaced by the sodium metal. So complete neutralization and the salt is called normal salt. By cutting the same terms and by adding the reaction, we will get phosphoric acid plus there are three sodium hydroxide, and then we will get, if we will use three sodium hydroxide per phosphoric acid, then we will get normal salt and water. But if we will use one sodium hydroxide or two sodium hydroxide, then it will give us acidic salts. Normal salt, a salt which is formed by the complete neutralization of acid and bases is called normal salt. You can see all the hydrogens are replaced by the metal. So there is no replaceable hydrogen, sodium sulfate, normal salt. Nitric acid when react with barium hydroxide. So again, in this case, you can see that the hydroxyl group are replaced by the nitrate group. So it is called complete neutralization of acid-base reactions to form normal salt. Basic salt, a salt containing replaceable hydroxyl group are formed by the partial neutralization of polyhydroxy base. Polyhydroxy means which contain the substances which contain more hydroxyl group. For example, zinc hydroxide has two hydroxyl group over here, so it is polyhydroxy. So zinc hydroxide when react with hydrochloric acid, zinc hydroxide has two replaceable hydroxyl groups. So the chloride ion of the acid will replace the hydroxyl group. So it will replace only one of the hydroxyl group because we have one HCl molecule. It is called partial neutralization and the salt is basic salt. And if the basic salt is reactant in the second step and we use second molecule of hydrochloric acid, all the hydroxyl ion are replaced by the chloride ion. Zinc chloride is formed, complete neutralization, and salt is called normal salt because there is no replaceable hydroxyl group in it. By adding these two reactions and by cancelling out the same terms, zinc hydroxide, two HCl molecules will give us normal salt and two molecules of water. Methods for making salt. There are 5 important methods for making salt. The first one is acid react with base to form salt and water. Example is hydrochloric acid when react with sodium hydroxide will form sodium chloride and water. Very important topic. The second is acid react with metal oxide to form salt and water. Acid is sulfuric acid, metal oxide is copper oxide, will give copper sulfate and water. Then third one is acid react with metal to form hydrogen gas. Very important for MCQ's point of view. When acid react with metal, which gases form? Hydrogen gas, salt and hydrogen gas. So hydrochloric acid with magnesium metal will give magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. The next very important MCQ, acid plus metal carbonate. When there is carbonate, it will give carbon dioxide gas. So acid with metal carbonate will give salt, carbon dioxide and water. Example, HCl with calcium carbonate will give calcium chloride, carbon dioxide and water. The fifth one is aqueous solution of two salt will give solid salt and aqueous solution of salt. Silver nitrate, sodium chloride, they will exchange ions. So silver will make bond with chloride and sodium will make bond with nitrate. So sodium nitrate and silver chloride will form. These are the 5 metals of making salt. Very important question. Always a part of the long question answer. Dear students, hope you will understand this lecture. Inshallah, we'll meet you in the next lecture. Till then, stay blessed. Take care. Allah Hafiz.